what keeps a good startup, alive?
Well, very interesting question. If you ask me these specific questions, I will probably take the name of the company called WhatsApp.
Okay.
Globally solved the messaging problem, able to connect the target audience, and probably after a few years of their venture, the company got acquired by Facebook with a
Right.
valuation of around approx 16 billion or so. And that point in time, the company was extremely lean, and probably the fourth class staff of that organization is currently owning a Ferrari, right? A set of strong team who also carry the equal set of passion as the founder. That is very important. Without a team, a successful business is not possible. You name any big business entity, it's not the founder who has made this.
It's the team.
It's a team.
Right, you're closely working into that. How are you seeing education evolving in another 5 or 10 years? And I'm pretty curious to know, because when you were in the schools, definitely there was a different whole lot of story. When I was in school, different lot of stories. We maybe it was a decade or 2 decades back story, when we have only the careers like being an engineer,
Yeah,
being a
yeah,
doctor,
yeah.
these kind of careers
Yeah.
just existed.
Yeah, yeah.
But now where do you see that, how people aspire to become what they really aspire to become?
Typically, the SME segment, like making their product available in the online space, gives them the global visibility, right? So that's the area they should focus. Typical SMEs in India are focused on the domestic market, but they should invest heavily on the technology and the innovation part of it.
Especially if we'll talk about the technology, we'll talk about the AI, right? Which area you will focus on, where you see there is an immense amount of growth?
I mean, I would like to take this question this way. I mean, Solitaire is a brand. Currently, you are focusing on the display.
Hey everyone, I'm Priya, your host at Training Diary Show. Your journey to get a better understanding of the world around you starts now. Today we are with Dr. Ramya Chatterjee, who is a founder at Solitaire. More about the man we'll know from himself. Hi sir, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Priya, for inviting me this show.
For my people who are watching you for the first time, give me a 1 minute quick insider intro. What you do, why you do.
Okay, so my name is known to them.
Yeah.
Dr. Ramya Chatterjee is my name, and I'm the CEO of a brand called Solitaire. Brand Solitaire belongs to a company called Supertron Electronics. Supertron Electronics is the 30 years old IT AV and networking company of the country. We have entered into this business of manufacturing of interactive flat panel OPS computer and unified communication products in 2023. We have got our factory is in Greater Noida. So we're a product company, essentially a technology product company, and we solve two problems in the industry. In the education segment, we do provide in-classroom teaching equipments for the teacher to enhance learning outcome. In the meeting room space, we do provide unified collaboration products to enhance meeting room productivity. So these two fundamental problems we solve as a technology product company. About me, I mean, they're in the industry, AV industry, for close to 22 years. Worked with various companies, Japanese companies, Taiwanese companies, Indian companies, Belgian companies. So this entrepreneurial journey started from 2020. It took a different direction in 2023. And last 2.5 years have been awesome for us. Close to 30,000 classrooms are powered by our technology as on date, and things are growing exponential rate for us. Yeah.
So today's episode, I want to keep it centric on 2 to 3 areas. First, we'll start on the startup part, technology, startup, MSMEs, because I also belong to that world where I have seen that 82 to 85% of startups generally fail, right? Before their 5 years of span.
Yeah.
So I really want to know what's that secret sauce to keep that startup alive, survive, and thrive.
Yeah.
Second, I really want to know more on the education world. How India is evolving. You're closely working with the industry.
Yeah.
So where do you see the education going in another 5, 10, or 15 years ahead? Third, another thing which is trending in our world, this AI summit also happened. So I really want to know how you are incubating or collaborating AI LLM with your ecosystem. Fourth, a bit more on the personal note.
Yeah.
We'll end with that. First thing first, what do you think? As I mentioned that 80 to 85%, I was reading it somewhere. Startups fail before their thriving stage,
Yeah.
even before their surviving stage. What keeps a good startup, alive?
Well, very interesting question. So this data is true, but before that you need to understand who is starting that initiative, right? So
Right.
there are two kind of startup you will find. One is the young entrepreneur having zero interface, out of passion, try to create something. Another category is a person having around 20 odd years of experience in the industry, know what will work, what will not work, then leaving the job and starting a venture. So percentage of success of this category too is always higher. My story belongs to that category. So
You mean just experience one?
yes,
Okay.
because so my story is like this. Like I was there in the industry for close to 22 years working for somebody else. So be specific, I started my career post my MBA as engineering graduate and then MBA. Post MBA, my career started from a company called HCL. I worked over there for around 3-4 years. Then I worked for a Taiwanese company called BenQ, out of which 1 year I was in Taiwan. Then I switched to a Japanese company called NEC. Over there, I also worked for some time. Then I joined a startup company called Cybernetics. Then I worked in a Belgian company for quite some time. So after that, this entrepreneurial bugs bitten me, and in the year 2020, I decided to start my entrepreneurial venture. And now this phases, I mean, where I worked for others, essentially I worked for all the product company, and I had got a national distributor, more or less common for all the organization I worked with. So in the year 2020, I started the venture, and in the year 2023, I approached them, to take my product distributionship in Indian market. So that discussion took a different direction. So there is a possibility with the owner of that distribution entity, and there is a possibility to work together. And that point in time, that company acquired my venture, and this current ecosystem came into the picture. So currently, I'm the CEO of Solitaire brand. This brand belongs to Supertron, and Solitaire branded products are getting manufactured in Printech Global Innovation, which is the manufacturing division and a subsidiary company of Supertron. So this venture started with all seasoned professionals. My team and I started this, and over there, and the objective of the business and the business model was pretty clear. It was not a experimentation. It was a well thought of, well planned business plan. It was more of an execution part of it. So we are 200% confident that the business plan what we have made, it can never fail. So I think we are right, and things are moving in the right direction. So the data, what you shared in the initial part of the discussion, yes, more than 80% of the startup
Yes,
fails,
yeah.
but mostly it's a young startup, start something out of passion. Probably the business model is not well thought of, but when a 40 plus entity is doing something, I think there is clarity of thoughts and a clarity what may work, what may not work.
You know what? I really appreciate when you started with the fact that how clear you were that at Solitaire you are solving two problem statements.
Yes.
And as you mentioned, there's a lack of clarity, and that's what I really also feel when I see lots of pitches of the brand. There is good media, there's a good branding, but they miss out on what problem they are solving,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So if you have to name any one or two good startup that you have seen in the present scenario, which are literally clear, if you have to make our audience understand by an example, can you name any brand?
A
Who are
startup.
literally solving and the problem statement is so right.
Yeah, I mean, if you ask me these specific questions, I will probably take the name of the company called WhatsApp.
Okay.
Globally solved the messaging problem. They could able to connect the target audience, and probably after a few years of their venture, the company got acquired by Facebook with a
Right.
valuation of around approx 16 billion or so. And that point in time, the company was extremely lean, and probably the fourth class staff of that organization is currently owning a Ferrari, right? So that was something inspirational, though the line of business is a little different than what we do. But I mean, if you ask me a true, solid, successful startup, I think WhatsApp has done amazing stuff for the
Good
globe.
messaging
Yeah,
and very clear about the fact what problem they are solving.
yeah.
Indeed. Also, you definitely would have lots of setbacks when you have started this journey.
Yeah.
Um, Tell us a bit more that what was one or two points of the time where you any story that you want to share that you really feel that really made you more stronger, that particular problem
Yeah,
throughout
this
your
is
journey.
fantastic question. See what happens, like, I mean, when you start a business, uh, the epicenter of any business initiative, in my opinion, is the passion to do something great. So 24 hours is available for everyone in the world, out of which 8 hours you sleep, 16 hours you have. So most of the time, what happens, like a passionate entrepreneur want to do everything of its own, right? Probably prioritization is one fundamental challenge people face. When you try to do something big in the initial phase of any business, especially for a business model like ours, where the business is little capital intensive, working capital is mostly the challenge. You've got aspiration to do so many stuff, but probably you lack working capital. So that point in time, if you have got a strong backup of a big business entity at your back, in our case, in my case specifically, when we started this interactive flat panel manufacturing, as I told you, this company was acquired by Supertron Electronics, so Supertron is always at our back. So if it give you a whole lot of freedom to take action, it's more of an execution on which we focus. Rest of the part, it's taken care by the large entity which is there standing at your back. So that is one area definitely in the startup ecosystem people face. Second point is the clarity of thoughts and the clarity of the business model basis which you are going to establish your business. Many a times I've seen the entrepreneurs try to do so many things at a time and they fail to prioritize. So that point in time probably they need a kind of internal or external consulting support. Hey, do this, take one task at a time and do step by step, one task at a time and do it well. So that is one problem definitely entrepreneurial ecosystem face in today's world. Yeah.
Also, if you have to give someone a blueprint how to build a company from a scratch, definitely, as you mentioned, that experience really counts on.
Yes.
But what's that point looks like when you're building a small company, a small startup, and scaling it up. But anyone, let's say a 25 or 30-year-old person who's listening to this, if they want a small blueprint, a good understanding of how to create a startup, especially into the technology field, how
Yeah.
to go about it.
I believe.
Just give me a step-by-step process if you can.
Okay, so in my opinion, the any business model and business blueprint start from the market sizing, the product or the technology or the services they are going to offer. So let's restrict this communication from a product company that I can probably add more value. So I think the any business model starts with the market sizing. I mean, where, how big the market is, how much of this market I could able to cater, what is my USP, what new stuff I'm bringing on the table, so that people will opt for my product or
And when you say
solutions.
market sizing,
Yeah.
bigger the better, or the niche the better?
You cannot give a kind of generic answer of this question. Definitely, niche is better, but niche also impacts your market sizing
Size,
also.
yeah.
So your opportunity becomes limited. So it doesn't matter. I mean, suppose you are entering into a kind of crowded market where the addressable market is huge. Even if you get 2 or 3% market share, that value becomes bigger, right? So that is very important, the market sizing, the USP, what is the uniqueness of your offering. Number two, the after sales service. How strong is your service backbone? Do you have of your own? If you don't have, please get it outsourced and create ecosystem around it. Three, a set of strong team who also carry the equal set of passion as the founder. That is very important. Without a team, a successful business is not possible. You name any big business entity, it's not the founder who has made this.
It's the team.
It's a team who actually makes all the difference. The
Right.
founder probably set the direction, but execution and the responsibility sharing are kind of one team approach is pretty important for any business
Right.
scalability and growth. And of course, the sales and marketing part of it, it's not only creating a good product or services makes your business complete. Make your product and services available to your target audience is very important. So over there, a right mix of sales and marketing initiatives equally important. So at the end of the day, it's a kind of contribution of various department, research and development, and identifying the gap in the market, and most importantly, the product you are bringing on the table, is it actually solving any problem? So many of the time people face difficulties in terms of identifying the product and market fitment analysis part of it. People develop product and then they realize that probably there is not a right market fit of the
प्रॉब्लम तो
product.
एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं करती है.
Correct. So market fit of the product is very important. Identifying the right set of problem, and most importantly, the product developer or the innovator, they perceive like this is probably solving the problem, but we need to get it validated through a kind of prototyping whether it is solving the problem the way the innovator is perceiving that's the solution of the problem. So all these parameters needs to be checked before the entrepreneur jump into the market.
And also because you mentioned this reminds me of a story. When COVID happened, this problem statement that identifying the problem is really important. Lots of startups have came out, lots of communities have came out for the kids where they have started building some LLMs or some curriculum activities for the kids.
Yeah.
They've done well for maybe 5 months, 6 months,
Yes.
but 95% of them have failed because after 6 months when the COVID disappeared, the parents want their kids to go out.
Absolutely.
Right, they don't want all that jamila of having kids in the house. They
Yeah.
want their kids to play,
Yes,
get
yes.
back into that. So
Correct.
the
So when-
survival of the problem is no more long
Yes.
there.
So that is the fundamental problem for a niche business model.
Right.
If it's a time-bound, short-term business model, for long-term sustenance becomes a challenge. So this is the right example what you've given during the COVID period. Many business initiated, but they
Disappeared.
disappear
Right.
once the COVID issues are over. Yeah.
Just want to touch upon our next segment, which is the education, right? You're closely working into that. How are you seeing education evolving in another 5 or 10 years? And I'm pretty curious to know because when you were in the schools, definitely there was a different whole lot of story. When I was in school, different lot of stories. Maybe it was a decade or 2 decades back story when we have only the careers like being an engineer,
Yeah,
being a
yeah,
doctor,
yeah.
these kind of careers
Yeah.
just existed.
Yeah, yeah.
But now where do you see that? How people aspire to become what they really aspire to become?
Correct. So I put it in this way. I mean, career pre-internet era and post-internet era, there's a huge change.
Definitely.
Now, pre-AI era, post-AI era, huge changes, right? I'm Gen X. The time when we, we were there in school, the way education pedagogy were more of a chalk and talk kind of method, right? During probably your era, I presume you're millennial or probably Gen Z.
Let's not talk about that.
Okay. So that point in time, digitization has already
Yeah.
come inside the classroom. That conventional blackboard or chalkboard converted into the interactive whiteboard. The books has been converted to digital content.
Right.
So plethora of opportunity. And now AI has entered into the classroom. So huge opportunity for the students and the teacher. See, with the arrival of AI cannot replace the teacher because the role of teacher in the era of AI, it's more of a mentorship, more of a critical thinker, and
And empathetic mate.
absolutely empathetic mate, because these three empathy, the mentorship, that cannot be replaced by AI, right?
Right.
AI provides whole lot of tool, so many repetitive work get automated, right? For example, in our time, taking attendance, 5 minutes lost. Nowadays, it's not required. It comes in front of the camera, attendance
Or a
happens automatically.
biometric.
Absolutely.
Punch it.
Biometric is one of them. Currently, face recognition has come into the
Exactly,
picture.
yeah.
Currently, we are working on a technology where using AI and camera, we can give the sentiment analysis of the student who are sitting in the classroom but thinking something else.
This is so bad. आज के बच्चे bunk भी नहीं कर सकते हैं classes. So bad.
Yeah, there are so many checks and balance, and AI has make the school admin's life so easy. So yeah, I've just lost the connection. The point you asked, like, what was your question like?
So I just want to know, how do you see that education, what aspiration people look forward to now, the kids? As I mentioned, ki in our
Yeah, correct.
generation.
Yeah. So in our time, like, if you are a good student, become an engineer or doctor.
Right.
Now there are various facets have opened up in the industry,
Right.
right? Even probably some of the cream job, which may rock the world, may not exist
Now.
this point in time, right?
Right.
It evolved over a period of
Evolved,
time.
evolved.
Like people can make money doing podcasting like we were doing this,
Right,
right?
right.
So it was not in
There
existence
in
10 years
10
back,
years
right?
back,
Yeah.
right.
What is podcasting? Yeah. So things are evolving, things are becoming interesting. As to become successful in the career, it's not necessary to become a doctor or engineer. There are many professions are there, and definitely this opportunity for the today's kids is immense. My suggestion, doesn't matter which direction you want to move, do your best. I mean, sky's the limit. Opportunities everywhere.
A bit more on your solution that you mentioned, that
Yeah.
you have some, AI solution designed for the
Yes.
teachers. Tell me a bit more on that, how it has changed the life of the teachers that you're
Sure.
serving.
Sure. So what happens like in the classroom, as I told you, like we do provide in classroom teaching equipments. Essentially, the product goes into the classroom is the interactive flat panel.
Right.
Now, previously, interactive flat panels were bundled with standard educational content by various content developer. So now this kind of content is becoming obsolete because with the arrival of AI, the opportunities sky,
Huge.
is limitless opportunity for the teachers. So recently we have developed a product called Solitaire Digital Canvas Pro. This is AI.
Digital Canvas Pro.
Yes, Solitaire Digital Canvas Pro.
Okay.
So this is AI powered interactive whiteboard suite where we do provide a platform for the teacher where they can create their own content.
Okay.
See, in the market, you will find two kinds
So
of.
when you say content, it's like a content management system, or they can like create it. How do you define it?
So let me explain in a very layman's language. What is content? Content is a combination of text, video, and graphics.
Right.
So, give you one example. Suppose if a teacher would like to, teach biology inside the classroom. You come inside the classroom, write, say, blood circulation inside human heart. Just write. Now, the handwriting recognition feature of our interactive whiteboard will convert that into recognizable text.
Okay.
Now over there, just select that topic and just single click. The AI engine will start the real game. It will automatically bring the best possible content from the World Wide Web inside the classroom within seconds.
Interesting.
The teacher can cherry pick the relevant graphics or video and the text, and one full-fledged content is ready for the user within seconds.
And it's also a real-time.
Real-time content creation where the teacher can save this content and refer it in some other class. Suppose you are teaching class 7 section A, and the teacher can deliver the same lecture what she has done in the previous class, can refer to the other class as well. The story doesn't end over there. You can actually create n number of 3D simulations. You can create whole lot of 3D modeling about any topic you select, and that all are created inside the classroom in real time using our powerful AI engine, which is built inside the application. You can do the assessment part of it. Suppose you are teaching your students about a topic. Once the class is over, you can generate question automatically. You can do the auto assessment. So that makes the teacher's life so easy, and that is the prime objective we solve. Our technology solves teacher problem. In our opinion, the teachers are superhero. In the span of 40 minutes, how we can optimize their time utilization and the maximum productivity inside the classroom, that is the problem we solve using our Solitaire Digital Canvas Pro software, which we offer to the teacher along with our interactive flat panel. Yeah.
And
That's the power of AI.
And just want to understand a bit more.
Yeah.
Like what kind of schools, maybe it's, if you want to share it, what type of people are majorly using your software? When I say type of customers, are they private schools? Are they government entities? What are they? Or it's a combination or
It's a
percentage
combination
of
of
both?
both. Majority of the high-tech product adoption, whatever we have seen, is the little advanced English medium school. Mostly we have
Which are private?
which are private in nature. However, our Digital Canvas Pro supports multi-language support. So it doesn't matter which medium of instruction you follow in your classroom. In the various states, it can deliver inputs, the content inputs in various language: Bengali, Tamil, Telugu, Assamese, Marathis. So all the Indian regional language it support. Coming back to your questions, the deployment happens in both education and the private as well as the government education space. Indian government is pumping decent amount of money for upgradation of classrooms. Whole lot of smart class tender and ICT tenders are coming up every year. Upcoming year, the budget has also increased, so deployment of digital tool inside the classroom will further go up. So our technology goes both private school as well as
Government schools.
government school space. If I share some of the data, if you talk about India as a nation, we have got close to 1.5 million school,
Interesting.
combining both private and government put together. If average the rural India and the urban India, average classroom per school you can assume around 10, because in the urban India maybe 30-40 classroom per school. In the rural India it's maybe 5 6 7. Average you can presume 10. So around 1.5 into 10, 15 million is the total market size of classroom in India. So over there, how much percentage of penetration has happened so far?
How much?
The computer penetration as on date is close to around 34%. Interactive flat panel penetration, there is no structured data to the best of my understanding and the research what my team has done at the back end. So around 19% of the schools having at least one smart classroom in the school.
But it is less.
If you talk
right?
about full schools is integrated with digital board or interactive whiteboard, the number is less than 3%. So the opportunity is huge. In coming
Only,
10 years,
you mean to say only 3% of Indian schools have
fully integrated
smart classes?
That means each and every classroom
Only.
a smart classroom.
Okay.
So there are around 19% of the school are having at least one smart classroom in the entire school.
And if we talk about the overall penetration of the smart classes or the digital infrastructure, it's just 3% of the schools.
Full school is, the entire campus is digitized and every classroom is having interactive whiteboard. That number is
Very
even
less.
less than just 3%.
Just
So the
3%.
opportunity is huge. So government is serious about it. They are pumping money to upgrade the government school. If you talk about Delhi, the city where we are sitting, I mean, so Delhi government schools have upgraded recently. Smart classrooms are getting implemented in the government space. If you take the example of say Gujarat as a state, thousands of classrooms have been integrated in recent past. So all the states, they are pumping money by help of our government funds. If I talk about Karnataka, the tender is coming up in the state of Telangana.
Even Jharkhand, I mentioned.
Jharkhand is also there. Orissa recently, Delhi NCR. So each and every state, even Guwahati, in the state of Assam. So everywhere these ICT projects are coming up, and government is pumping
Money on
to upgrade, to bring digitalization in the classroom, because that is the necessity in today's world. Even not only the digital classroom is that robotic labs, AI labs, governments are very serious to improve the infrastructure of the organization of the education ecosystem, because more and more you improve your infrastructure, better students you can produce. That means better possibility of future R&D professionals. More you invest in the research and development and the upliftment of your future generation, more possibility of filing IP for your country. Currently, if you talk about the Make in India, what we are doing in India, it's assembled in India. How much
Quite
IP you have
big.
filed?
Yeah.
How much core research and development you have done? So that is the direction I think government have understood.
Has to develop.
Government is taking initiatives, but there are more things is to be done over there, so that we can have our own technology. So far, the global success that we've got in the space of export is more of a service-driven initiative, right? We have got Infosys, we've got TCS, we've got Wipro in place. Their success is all around services.
Right.
How many multinational product company you have witnessed so far from India? How many IP you have filed in the core technology space?
Hardly I can name
Yeah.
one.
So that is the idea.
Yeah.
India as a
Mm.
nation and Indian government is to relook
Mm.
at,
Mm.
and it doesn't happen only with the government initiative. It's a private public
But what do you
partnership
think?
which
What's
required. Yeah.
lacking? What do you think? What's the core problem that beyond the fact that as a country we produce,
Yeah.
or I should say, we came out with some of the best engineers of the
Yeah.
world,
Yeah.
where our engineers are the CEOs,
Yeah.
CXOs
Yeah.
from some of these MNC
Yeah.
companies,
Yeah.
but nothing as a big name that
Hmm.
came from India, especially when it comes to the technology product.
Hmm.
What's
So
lacking?
there are so many things, and there are three, four parameters I should talk about. The first is the real research and development,
Hmm.
the real innovation.
Hmm.
The component level manufacturing, there's a fundamental thing is missing in India. For example, if you talk about our product, interactive flat panel,
Hmm.
the core open cell of the display, we are dependent on China. That open cell will come from China. If I talk about the core microprocessor and the central processing unit, that we need to bring from outside. So the component level manufacturing is a big gap in India. So definitely with the initiative of Indian government, so many things are happening under Make in India initiative. But real component level manufacturing is required, ecosystem formation is required.
Hmm.
See, at the end of the day, there's an opportunity for India
Hmm.
to become a plan B of China as far as global export hub.
Hmm.
I mean, there could be a possibility for shifting the manufacturing hub from China to India.
Hmm. Tell me a bit more about what's the SME business mindset looks like now.
So if you talk about I mean, my opinion, in India, the SME mindset is more of a survival mindset.
Hmm.
What is required is the scalable mindset, export mindset, R&D based mindset, and digital infrastructure improvement mindset.
Hmm.
So typically, if you see Indian SME community, see SME is the backbone of any economy, right? If we talk about US, economy is driven by SMEs segment. So at this point in time, I mean, probably India doesn't need, you know, 5,000 crore 50 company, rather 50 crore 5,000 companies,
Hmm.
right? So that would be the backbone of the
Growth
Indian
of Indian
growth
economy.
in economic growth. So
Hmm.
typically, what happens, like typically the SME segment, like making their product available in
Hmm.
the online space gives them the global visibility,
Hmm.
right? So that is the area they should focus. Typical SMEs in India as
Hmm.
focus on the domestic market,
Hmm.
but they should invest heavily on the technology and the innovation part of it. They will adapt AI for the better uniqueness of the product, some USPs, and SME has got the power to go global. But what is missing is the vision.
But I really agree to that point where you mentioned, because I myself work with into this landscape where I have seen कि वो 100 करोड़ 50 करोड़ के धंधे में खुश हो जाएंगे, right? And then there is a no increase on making the product good,
Correct.
working R&D, how to on the technology factor.
अब देखिए ना, टिपिकली जो एक छोटा कंपनी से बड़ा कंपनी का जो सफ़र होता है, सो ओवर देयर द फंडामेंटल थिंग इज इन्वेस्टमेंट इन इम्प्रूविंग प्रोसेसेस, डिप्लॉइंग IT tools, IT and systems in place for scalability. The desi system doesn't work, right?
Right.
You can run your business on Excel for certain amount of time. When you achieve a critical mass, if you want to really scale and scale it fast, with quality in every department, you have to deploy systems. That happens across the industry, right? So वो जो चलता है attitude, as you rightly mentioned, so that becomes bottlenecks, and also investing in R&D, जैसे आपने
It's
mention करे,
must.
it's
Yeah.
must, yeah. I mean 100 करोड़ 200 करोड़ में अगर आप खुश हो, then आप scale तो नहीं कर पाओगे. You need to think big, you need to think global, make your product services available on the online platform so that you can access to the global audience, right? So over there, I think, yeah, there are mindset change is required.
Tell me a bit more about your brand growth story. How does it look like?
Okay, yeah, Solitaire, brand for interactive flat panel and unified communication product, we introduced officially in 2023. God is kind to us. We did our basics correct. So we, as a brand, we believe in very simple philosophy: back to basics, down to details, execution to excellence. Basis the three pillars, we could able to grow our brand pretty fast. If I can tell you, like if you consider the indigenous brand of interactive flat panel in India, in terms of the growth and the overall OEM turnover, we are standing at the number one position. I think the success happens because of three, four parameters. One, the strong product. So we provide N plus one products all the time. We try to move faster than the market in terms of technology adoption. A rock solid, passionate team who are really serious about the brand growth and position this brand so efficiently in front of the customer. The pricing strategy, we are not the cheapest brand in the market, we're not the expensive brand in the market. We maintain a right mix of product value and product price. A right mix of value and price is our go-to market strategy all the time as far as product pricing is concerned. Service infrastructure. So, Supertron is the entity behind the brand. Supertron has got its pan-India presence with 55 branch offices. We have got our own engineers across the various states. We have got our back-end ASP with us. So combining our own strength, our ASP strength put together, we have got 600 plus installation base across the country. We have got 124 repair centers across the nations. So this kind of infrastructure helps us grow our product. We are extremely partner-centric company. Currently, is close to 350 partners are associated with us, taking our product to the end customer. We value our customer. We are very, very supportive to our customer. We do, focus on the partner training program, because when you run a business, you create opportunity for your partner ecosystem to drive business. We provide business opportunity for the partner. See, as a product company, our motive is always to make the teacher's life easy, right? So, to impacting millions of teachers across the nations is our core DNA. At the same time, creating employment and creating business opportunity for our channel partners. So, we consider everything they'll say to grow the business. So I think these are some of the reasons our business is scaling fast. If I share some number, like last year our business grew by around 301% YOY, probably the fastest growing brand in the country. Our product was awarded with 5 awards by reputed media houses, the fastest growing brand, the most trusted brand, so on and so forth. We got various recognition from the industry. Our story got depicted in Class A media houses, starting from Economic Times to Times of India to Hindustan Times. Everywhere our story got captured. So things are going pretty cool for us so far.
Also, because you mentioned that growth mindset really lacks there, but what made you to scale? If you have to name down one or two strategy that works wonderful for you, right? I think it's a mix of a lot of things, but what made that scaling, as you mentioned, 300% is a really good number.
Yeah. So what happens, like a business like interactive flat panel, it's a little capital intensive business. I mean, you need to invest money, to invest with the raw material,
Right.
trigger the manufacturing and keep stock so that the market need can be addressed on real time. So backed by a strong entity who is Supertron, which is a 7,000 crore company with pan-India presence. So that is definitely a strong backbone for the brand, because we deploy a decent amount of working capital for this business. So that is one of the growth story, because for any emerging brand, working capital is always a challenge, especially in our industry. So over there, we are blazed, like Supertron's presence is there. Number two, as I mentioned, like the passion of the team who is driving the business across the nation, right? So our team is extremely passionate, strong, technically sound. We, invest good amount of time for the partner training and the end user training. Many a times I have experienced, like product is deployed in the
Alliances
classroom.
are good.
Yeah, I mean, when you deploy the product inside the classroom, if the teachers are not getting the right benefit of the product because they don't know how to use it, then there is no fun deploying the product, right? So we, as a responsible brand, we always emphasize on product training part of it, so that the user gets each and every benefit of the product for which it has been developed, right? So that is one of our strength area. And we are extremely partner-centric company. We understand channel conflict. We understand, formation of channel ecosystem, because Supertron is a 30 years old company. The legacy of 30 years protecting the partner to stay connected with a specific brand. So that ecosystem we understand, that is in our DNA. So a patriotism, customer training program, passionate team, solid product, right pricing strategy, and strong service network. What else you need to establish the brand? Yeah.
Coming down to a personal thing, right? If you have to build a billion dollar brand right now,
Yep.
so what area would you be investing in, and what will you suggest to me?
So, see, billion-dollar brand is definitely not a matter of joke.
Yeah, indeed.
It takes time. It
Yeah.
happens overnight. I mean,
But what area? When I say which area, especially if we'll talk about the technology, we'll talk about the AI, right? Which area you will focus on where you see there's an immense amount of growth?
I mean, I would like to take this question in this way. I mean, Solitaire is a brand. Currently, you are focusing on the display segment. Like the product is interactive flat panel, digital and OPS computer, and the video conferencing camera. Definitely, with this three product category, I cannot create a kind of billion-dollar brand, right? So we are in the process to explore possibility to bring new product in our portfolio. For example, digital signage is one area we are very serious about. Commercial display, outdoor and indoor LED, the direct LED. So these are the few products we are entering into. Our research and development team is working on that. So collectively, I mean, so you don't put any tag like this brand should be valued this much billion US dollar. I mean, that's not
But where you
our.
see, when I say that question, right,
Yeah.
I really want to say, let's say in that particular industry, you see the immense amount of opportunity where you see either the government initiative, either enterprise initiatives are huge. That if I have to create a product, when it comes to a technology product, I should create considering the fact कि इस ये प्रोडक्ट इस पर्टिकुलर एरिया में ये बड़ी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करेगा. What do you think? What that should be?
Okay, so probably I haven't answered your question correctly. So if that is the question, then I will put my bet on robotics as industry.
Okay. And for which area of industry?
I mean, the application of robotics is wide,
Huge.
widespread,
Defense,
right?
hospitality.
Correct. You name any industry, robotics will rule the world. Artificial intelligence has entered just now. Next 20 years, it will bring wonder. And in that point in time, if you are entering the robotic space, leveraging on AI, sky's the limit.
Leveraging on AI, it's just be two good startups. Definitely would be studying a lot. One good startup, which you think it's doing brilliant when it comes to AI. Matlab, you yourself were stunned by seeing that kind of innovation in AI. Second, any such innovation that you think it's weird. I don't know what they have created. They're still doing good, but it's a weird AI innovation. I want two such innovations.
So first question, I'm a fan of that company. It's called OpenAI. They're doing a really good job. And you know the kind of
They
valuation.
made the word addictive to it.
I mean, currently we live with Chatterjee
indeed.
in daily life. So that is the answer of your first question. Second question is a AI
Any
company, worst possible product, right?
Yeah, any weird product that you think they can be good in market, but you think it's so weird, like what they have created.
The answer should be controversial.
Yeah,
Can I
that's
avoid
it.
this question?
No, I actually want the answer of this question.
I don't know. I don't know.
You just want to be safe.
Yeah. I'll skip this. I mean, see, every product innovation needs a lot of involvement, engagement, sleepless night. So I think with my feedback, I don't want to demotivate somebody. Hey, what you're doing is a bullshit. Let's avoid that. Yeah.
I think I was reading about it somewhere. I was just checking. There's some AI platforms dating platforms who match people on their,
Yeah, this is weird.
Yeah, on their characteristics. That too with some
Which
AI
one is this?
program.
Which platform is this?
I'll also avoid that. Okay. With that said, just want to bring it to an end. What's your vision first I want to know from your brand,
Yeah.
about your brand, that how do you see in 2025, 2035, or in 2050,
Yeah.
5 years, 10 years, 20 years ahead, about your brand, and how you see this landscape of technologies, MSME business, India, as we discussed about, in terms of technology, how we will be evolving as a country.
Yeah. See, the first question, Vision 2025. See, we are very clear.
35.
35, yeah. So our vision is very clear. We would like to make brand Solitaire as a global brand. I've got a strong aspiration to take this brand to at least 50 countries across the nation. On immediate basis, discussion is on. Probably we take the Middle East route first, then Southeast Asia, then Europe, and then US. So we are very clear. We'll make it happen. By 2050, I'm not very sure whether I will survive or not, but my brand will survive and it will keep on and will create a legacy around it. And yeah, I mean, we're pretty hopeful. We'll add many new products around the fundamental premises basis which this brand was conceptualized. So we'll keep on adding new products in our portfolio. We'll strengthen our distribution structure, not only in India, across the globe. And yeah, a global service infrastructure, ecosystem, and yeah, a strong Indian brand with global presence. That's the vision we have for 2050. Yeah.
And about the whole landscape, how this industry, do you think, and do you want to see, there's one thing I'm always curious to know, what's one trend that you want to see evolving in the new world? So what's that one trend that you want to see evolving?
So the point is, like, I mean, the industry evolved very fast. With AI coming to the picture, what will happen exactly 5 years down the line, we're not very sure. We started our venture into two vertical. One is the education, one is the meeting room space, the corporate segment. So things will evolve. Many new things will come. So predicting something from the vision of 2050 in today's age of AI, it's pretty tough because things will change. So
It could be 2030 that I
yeah,
am not so specific.
2030 probably will stick to our core domain of education. And as I told you, like direct LED, active LED will come into our portfolio, so we will be entering into the retail and the entertainment segment for sure. Yeah, so that's the way we'll diversify our brand. Currently, it's meeting room and the classroom we are focusing on, and gradually we'll scale it up and bring new technology, new products to make the brand widespread across the industry. Yeah.
Any last message you want to leave us with?
For whom? For the
Anything.
audience?
For
or
the
for
audience, definitely for the audience.
Okay, well,
That gets weird.
yeah.
I don't want to give Gyan.
No, not GAN. I mean, so we have spoken enough about Solitaire as a brand. So those who are from the education vertical, we request come and experience our product, experience our new AI software, and see what fantastic job our team has done to create a mind-boggling product which actually solves teachers' problems in the classroom. Also for the meeting room user, please come and experience our AI-powered cameras, PTZ cameras, video bar, webcam, and see what fantastic product our R&D team has created for you. Come and associate it with brand Solitaire. That's a single message I want to convey. And a strong message to you. A fantastic initiative taken, Priya. Keep
you.
on interacting with people like us and try to, spread happiness across the globe.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All the 50 countries that you're extending, so we're making a contract, we'll do 50 podcasts in 50 countries to elaborate both our initiatives. So
But the
yeah.
point is like digital infrastructure.
I'll take a digital sign of you after this. Anyways, thank you. It was fun
Yeah.
having you.
Same here.
And
It's nice
It's
talking to
always
you.
lovely to know about this industry and how it is evolving. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks.